Hello and welcome to this lecture, and from this lecture onwards we could finally go ahead and start writing our JavaScript code. So what I would recommend you guys is that even before you start writing some code, you create a separate folder on your desktop. So I'm going to go ahead, create a new folder, and let's name this folder as JS, as we will be writing JavaScript code in here. So once you have this folder, what you need to do is that you actually need to open up some kind of text editor which we have downloaded in the previous lecture. So I'm going to open up Sublime over here. So let me open up Sublime Text, and I already have a file, but you won't be actually having this. So once Sublime is open, you need to create a new file. And what we are going to do is that we are first going to save this file in the form of an HTML file. Now we will be writing JavaScript code, but at this point what we will do is that we will include the JavaScript code in the HTML file, and in the upcoming lectures we will learn how to write JavaScript in an external JavaScript file. So for now, what you need to do is that you need to go to File, click on Save As, select the appropriate location. So in this case I am going to select the JavaScript folder which we have created at the moment, and let's say we name this thing as demo.html. Make sure to give the .html extension, as this is going to be the HTML file, and select all files and hit save. So as you could see, now we have the HTML file with us. Now let's go ahead and start writing some code into it. So the first thing which we need to learn is that we need to learn how to actually go ahead and design the structure for an HTML document. Now if you already know this, you could basically revise the concept once again. So in every HTML file we have the HTML tags. So the first tag is the HTML opening tag, which specifies that this document is an HTML document. Now to every opening tag we have a closing tag, and the closing tag is similar to the opening tag, but it has a slash in it. So for the HTML closing tag we have /HTML, and every HTML document has head as well as body. So we will also include the head tag over here. So the code inside the head tag goes over here, and the code for the HTML body goes inside the body tag. So once we have these two tags, we are pretty much good to go. Now we just need to figure out when and where we need to write in the JavaScript code. So there are actually many ways to write in some JavaScript code in your HTML document, but for now we are going to go with the most simple way of doing so. So whenever you actually want to write in JavaScript code in the HTML code, you simply go inside the head tag, and the first thing which you need to do here is that you need to specify the script tag, which specifies that we actually want to include JavaScript over here. So we type in the script tag as script, then we type in type equals in quotes text/JavaScript. So what this basically does is that it specifies that the script which we are going to type in into this tag is going to be JavaScript. So simply close the tag and also make the relevant closing tag for it. So once you have the script tag, what we could do is that we could write in the JavaScript code in between these two tags right here. So now, as this is our very first tutorial, let's basically try to write something on the HTML document. So when you actually load up this HTML file onto your browser, that is going to be a web page, and it's also called as a web document or HTML document. So in order to write something onto that document, what you do is that you type in document, then we use the write method which basically allows you to write something on the document. So we type dot write, and in parentheses we need to specify what kind of text do we want to write on that particular file. So in double quotes you need to specify the text. So let's say we want to type in hello world. So once this thing is done, we are pretty much done writing the JavaScript. So the next thing which you need to do is that you need to make sure that you end every JavaScript statement with a semicolon. So simply give a semicolon at the end and we are good to go. So once you are done with this, what you need to do is that you need to save the file. You need to minimize this, go to the folder where the file is actually saved. So in my case, it's saved on the JS folder which I have on my desktop, and then what you need to do is that you simply need to double click on it, and since it's an HTML document, it's going to be opened up in your web browser. So as you could see, we have hello world printed on the web browser, on the web document, or on the web page. So that's it for this lecture, and I hope you guys were able to understand how we could essentially go ahead and write JavaScript into the HTML code. So the entire thing is a HTML code, but only this line of code is the JavaScript code. So whenever you need to actually specify some JavaScript code, you always need to include the script tag over here, which specifies that the code which we are writing here is going to be the JavaScript code. So that's it for this lecture, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.